This was a book that, it was a project that I did in 2004, and a book that was published subsequently the year later. I photographed it all in Uzbekistan. And this came after a project that I had started in Afghanistan in 2002. And in Afghanistan, I focused on the idea of detritus, the idea of the destruction of major monuments and major sites. In Uzbekistan, I went there specifically, the title of the book is Rebuildings, and I went there specifically because all of these sites, the Soviets had occupied Uzbekistan, yet they destroyed most of these sites, and in the aftermath, the Soviets decided to rebuild them, to make them historic sites. However, as you can see in some of these pictures, they're built like kind of Disneyland-esque sites. Nothing is original. They were completely destroyed, and it was rebuilt in the fashion of what they thought it should look like. So these images are actually very much the way in which we try to recreate history. And for me, my work is always very political, and the fact that, of course, it was involved as a Soviet invasion that took over the entire country, slowly from Tashkent all the way down to Samarkand, a number of major cities, that we still feel this ability that we can recreate what history was. But it's really quite an illusion in this sense. And so all of these images reflect that kind of aspect of my work, where going from Afghanistan, in which everything had been destroyed within the last 25 years of a civil war, and then going to a country in which an invasion had destroyed everything, but they decided to rebuild it, but in a very, let's say, fictional mode. This is why it's called Rebuildings, because nothing is quite original, and nothing is quite what it was meant to be.
Right, but they look actually very original when you look at those images.
Yeah, but it's
like it's very...
But it's all recreated.
Yeah.
And when you see some of these sites, such as these palace, like this is all just completely redone. These tombs, and they were more or less redone because the Soviets wanted. This is a perfect example.
Yeah.
This was a former palace, and then the Soviets recreated it for their own purposes, but they wanted to look as if they were preserving everything.
Right.
When in fact it's quite fictional.
It is. This image for sure.
Yeah.
You can feel the Russian
influence. Absolutely.
What they thought was beautiful. Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much.